Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Redskins Talk TV. This is your host, Andre. Just making this last video for the season. My Redskins ended the season 3-13. Not quite the season that we as Redskins fans wanted to see, but when you look at how this game was played, it mimics a lot of how the game has been played for the 13 games in which we lost. It was just a train wreck. The special teams really wasn't a letdown this game, but some of the things happening on punt returns where Santana Moss is running laterally instead of getting up the field, that didn't help. And with us having to start with very bad field position and having to work our way up the entire field for the most part, that certainly didn't help. On special teams for kick returns, I know there was that one bobble by Nick Williams where he had tried to think about moving up the field before securing the ball. So he fumbled it, not necessarily fumbled it, but it just kind of shuffled around his hands, fell on the ground, then he had to fall on it to make sure that the Giants didn't recover it. But that's just the story of our life when it comes to special teams. Other than that, there were no huge returns against us, so really can't complain much about that. Now, in terms of offense, we look bad. I mean, Kirk Cousins was off on a lot of his passes. There were a lot of drop passes, turnovers, killed drives, the potential to get any momentum going. Alfred Morris really didn't get a lot of runs. Offensive line, as always, was a major letdown for the offense as a whole because those five guys, everything that they do dictates how the offense goes. Not necessarily so much that they're going to help for the receivers to catch better, but when the quarterback has time in the pocket, then he can make his reads the way he should and find a receiver hopefully open. But it just hurt all the way around. It's painful to watch the offense. It was painful to not see Alfred Morris be able to just get chunks and chunks of yardage on the ground because offensive line really couldn't open holes for him. And a lot of that is just the type of play calling. Kyle Shanahan with his pass incomplete and then try to run and then try to pass again, or pass and then try to run. And with a lot of games like I've noticed today especially, where we're like essentially third and forever, and then he decides, and I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan, decides to call in the play to run the ball. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? I mean, I understand it's to try to get a little bit better position so that we can punt, but it's something that I've noticed in a couple of games where we're really backed up on third down, and then he decides to hand the ball off. It was just painful. So we played like a 3-13 team. It's just that simple. Poor execution, and let's not even talk about defense, because when you have a score of 20-6, it's not that we were blown out, although the score, it could have been a lot worse. The defense, there were flashes. The guy had a couple of turnovers. I know Josh Wilson, he had a couple of turnover recoveries, but all in all, he was also responsible for Jernigan getting a touchdown because of his lack of awareness and just bad positioning. He just got out, jumped in the end zone, and Jernigan got a touchdown. And then when Jernigan got the end around and ran 49 yards, I'm a strong believer that a wide receiver should never be able to take an end around and run for a touchdown on any team. On any team, that should never have happened. But we got caught out of position, over-aggressive going to one side, and the play was developing and going on the other side. Poor tackling. We look like Keystone Cops basically bouncing off of each other instead of being able to wrap up a tackle. And there's just a lot of missed opportunity there. So Jernigan accounted for 12 of those 20 points that the Giants got and essentially single-handedly beat the Redskins. Eli Manning, he went out with an injury. He got tackled by Chris Baker. Looked like a nasty injury, so I'm hoping that he does well. It was an ankle injury or something with the leg, but it looked pretty bad. So he's going to have the off season just like we do, since they're not going to the playoffs either. But, I'm looking forward to him recovering and, coming back next season healthy. But a lot of injuries to the Giants. A couple of our players left. But all in all, it was just a terrible, terrible game. Just mostly from the offense and defense. Can't really blame it too much on the inclement weather, although it's kind of hard to handle a ball when the quarterback lasers it to you and the ball is wet. But just not enough happened on offense to give us any momentum, and then the defense didn't do enough to prevent the opposing team from scoring. But that's just how it's been for the entire season. So we as Redskins fans have gotten used to seeing that, and now we've got to go into an off-season of uncertainty. There's going to be a lot of free agents. I'm just looking forward to Dan Snyder cleaning house when it comes to the entire coaching staff, getting rid of players that just don't need to be there, bring in a defensive coordinator that's going to have a scheme of 4-3 defense that fits our personnel better. I would not have wanted this to end for London Fletcher in this manner, because he definitely deserves, with his career, to have gone out on a positive note. And I'm pretty sure that when he decided to come back for another season, that it was going to be something similar to last season. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But all in all, it was just a bad game. So I'm glad that the season is over, because when you're looking at bad football like this, you're just looking to see what we can do next season. Hopefully we can get a couple of decent draft picks. We don't have first-round picks, since that's going to the Rams. But I'm just hoping that we can get a coaching staff that's going to build an offense around RG3, and then bring in a defensive coordinator that's going to demand more from the players and have them in better positions to be successful and be dominant, especially. And then, of course, a special teams coach that's going to put the right guys in place on punt return as well as kick returns, and still more discipline. So all the way around, we need people. We need a quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator, you name it. As far as when it comes to the coach staff, that's what we need. So this is the last video. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to make another video when we have the draft in April, just to talk about some of the players. I don't really keep up with college football, but I'll at least be announcing the players that we picked up and the position that they're going to be playing. But I just want to thank everyone once again for the season. If you like this video, hope that you like, subscribe, and share. And to my Redskins family, hail to the Redskins.